Luke, congratulations, back in the winning circle after a mini drought, shall we say. Is it nice feeling winning behind enemy lines?
Yeah, it feels good. Overall, a good night. Like Emma said, the doubling was very good tonight. I felt that. And yeah, like you said, just good to get a win here once again.
Obviously, you touched on it in your interview there about obviously you got it massively in Rotterdam. Having come through that, does that prepare you for anything? Because it can't get any worse than that, can it?
No, if it gets worse than that, then yeah, something's up. But like I said, Rotterdam was far worse than tonight. And yeah, I even proved people last week that I can win games under them circumstances, and I've done it again.
Okay, beating Jonny in the final, was that important just to remind him, hang on a minute, we are still chasing and you're not going to have it all your own way? He said Grandad was on top last week. Is it nice to remind him that the youngsters are still snapping at him?
Yeah, it's good to obviously get another win, and obviously beating me last week, it's good to obviously get that final win over him. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna be chasing him now. Don't really want to be. I want to be obviously at the top cruising. But yeah, I want to be at number one, so I'm going to go chasing. On the Jonny one, is it important that streaks don't happen? Because I remember when you had massive winning streaks over people, when you had 3 in the spin over you, was it important not to let that spiral and get confident against you? Yeah, obviously one of them things, obviously if people start getting the better over you, then obviously going into the game, they've obviously in their head or whatever, when they go 2-3-0 up, they'll obviously think they've got me. But yeah, it was good to battle back. Congratulations, man.
Luke, what was the feeling like coming into tonight? Was there any anxiety about the reception, or were you kind of knowing what to expect from previous shows in Liverpool?
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, obviously no anxiety there. Just, yeah, expect the worst, but it wasn't worse than Rotterdam. That's the worst I've experienced. And yeah, like I said, it's good to come through them games under those circumstances.
The 90 finish against MVG in the semis, you saw a massive celebration after that. How important was that in the context of the night?
Yeah, very important. I don't know what Michael was on, but I knew it had to go, and obviously let it go. And then obviously 43 and a 59 to start the leg off wasn't the best, but battled back and got the win.
The final against Jonny, did that feel like a must-win in terms of the race for top spot?
Yeah, I'd say it was a must-win. Otherwise, he just would have ran away with it. So I can close the gap that little bit now, and obviously there's still 3-4 weeks to play for, and yeah, I'm gonna go chasing.
Cheers, Luke. Well done.
Luke, well played tonight. Phil Taylor recently said that the best way to silence the boo boys is to go out there and play out of your skin. Do you feel like, number one, you needed to do that, and two, did you do that tonight?
Yeah, I think I played very well tonight. Obviously, looking at previous games over the year or two, then it's obviously not the best. I know what I can do, but yeah, a win's a win, and I'll definitely take this one.
When you came onto the scene, 16 years old at the World Championship, pretty much since then, there's not really been any bumps in the road. Since Manchester, has this been the most challenging period of your career with everything that you've dealt with on the hockey, but also off the hockey with everyone, talking about what happened? Yeah, obviously it's been a tough couple of weeks, but I've just had to get on with it and just play my darts. I think that's what I've done now, and obviously getting this nightly win, it puts my confidence right back up there. And this is something now that I assume you just want to put behind you and move on and focus on the rest of the Premier League? Yeah, I mean, I moved on the day after. Obviously, I went on holiday. So yeah, moved on, and now we can look forward to the future. Well played, Luke. Thank you. Thank you.
Have you spoken to John?
What's that?
Have you cleared the air with John? Is everything okay between you? Have you spoken to him? Is everything good?
No, we've not spoke, but I'm not the type of person to go up and talk to him or something like that. Maybe he's waiting for me to go and talk to him, but I'm not the type of person. Even in the practice room, obviously, they'll talk to me first. I'm not the type of person to be chatting away.
Is it a rematch that you're looking forward to? Sort of maybe just to finally put it all to bed?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can settle it on the darts board. But yeah, the back room, it's just been normal. Just been the same preparation wise, and yeah, I think he's forgot about it. I forgot about it, but yeah, if I need to talk to him, then I will.
Would you do anything differently if the same situation happened again? Sort of regret everything and how it's played out, and obviously we're all talking about it. Do you regret it at all?
No, I don't regret anything. Obviously, I had my opinion, he's got his opinion, so we're all entitled to it. And yeah, I think we've both moved on with our game on stage, but off stage, obviously, we've not spoken. But yeah, I'm sure we will.
Last one, you've invested in Bunting Mental, the horse. Can you just talk about that? Are you interested in horse racing and what you're hoping to get out of this sort of venture?
Yeah, I think ever since, I mean, leading up to Cheltenham, I was right into the horse racing. Even last year at the Aintree Grand National, me and Faith, we both backed Nick Rocket. I think it was like 33-1. So that was the proper race to watch. But then, yeah, going to Cheltenham this year was like very good. But it was at the start of the year when we were in Saudi. I think my glowing message Bunting, and he said, "Do you want to get involved?" I went, "Yeah, it's worth a punt, worth a bit of money." And yeah, let Bunting have the name this time, and hopefully this one does well. We can get another one with my name.
You said it's been a difficult time for you, obviously, but it felt like in that final, at least it looked like you're a lot more calm, and the way you were throwing your darts just seemed like the Luke Littler that we've all become accustomed to. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, in the final, I think everything was going well. Obviously, weren't happy not going back to back 180s, but that's where my game is. I want to be going back to back and obviously challenging for the 9. And yeah, like I said, tough few weeks, but yeah, back up to my best.
I just want to ask you about social media, because you are the person of social media, the new generation of. How has that been for you? Obviously, it can have its good sides, it can have its negative sides. For you, what sort of side do you feel like you're most on as Luke Littler?
Yeah, I'm always on social media. I see everything. But yeah, I think before Manchester, you just go on your settings, and obviously, say you put something on your story, people can reply to your story and it's in your request. So that's been turned off for ages and ages. So if people are messaging me, then I'm not seeing anything. I'm just seeing when I'm scrolling.
And it could also help you in a good way, I suppose, because social media is so short-lived. Once things are forgotten, they're in the past, and when you're back into form, that's probably a good thing for you as well.
Yeah, it's obviously a very good thing. And like Gezi said, it just 24 hours, 48 hours, it'll be forgotten about. And yeah, I've moved on, and hopefully we can do better this season.
Luke, with Rotterdam, and you said about the hostility there, were you expecting similar with Liverpool, or were you surprised, or maybe surprised by the lack of? Yeah,
I knew it was going to be loud. Knew it was going to be loud tonight. And yeah, it's always going to happen. Obviously, it comes from the football side. And yeah, gutted Liverpool got a result really. Otherwise, I would have done something. But yeah, that's all it is. It's a bit of banter, and obviously we can move on to Aberdeen next week.
And just on the horse racing, if you want the horse to be in your name next time, have you got any ideas in mind?
Not at the minute, no. I think the new could just be too boring. But yeah, let Bunting have the name this time, and the jockey's going to wear purple and yellow.
Luke, in terms of tonight and looking ahead, what kind of value do you put on either finishing first or finishing second ahead of the O2?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to finish first. That's obviously my main goal. And yeah, obviously, if my game's there, then obviously I can jump above Jonny. I don't know how many times we can meet in the first round with the rest of the season to go, but if not, then obviously I'm going to have to beat him in semi-finals or even finals. And yeah, like I said, I'll have to go chasing because I do want top spot.
And that resilience as well this evening that you showed, you were behind in terms of averages, apart from the final where you just blew Jonny out of the water. Is that something going into the longer format of the final that you think is going to be what stands you above the rest?
Yeah, obviously first to six, obviously it's long, but obviously for myself, I do love a longer format. Obviously going back to the match play, being 5-0 down numerous times and getting back into the game. But yeah, these nightly wins, they're crucial to get to the O2. But yeah, I think I can say I'm there, but I want top spot.
Luke, when we spoke at the World Championships, we talked about things which were important outside of darts. How important do you say is your relationship with faith in your family in your success? Yeah,
it's very, very good. Obviously, it's what you need as a dart player. Obviously at darts, and obviously Luke Littler, and obviously when I'm at home, I'm obviously more turn to the family and obviously faith. And yeah, she's been massive, importantly for me. And yeah, we've got a very good relationship.
And you obviously, you're close to Merseyside and where you're from and where you live. How would you describe the impact, the evolution of darts in this side of the country, and where would you like to see the sport in the next few years to come?
Yeah, I think it's just gone absolutely crazy. And yeah, obviously I've been a massive part of it. And I think darts is growing and growing each day as it goes. Obviously with Target, I think I've seen the amount of stuff coming from other countries, obviously my sales, and like I think America was up like 1,000% on my sales, so it goes to show how big it's getting. But yeah, I think next few years, obviously I think Ali Pali's getting a lot bigger. Obviously if venues do change, then yeah, I'm sure there'll be bigger venues for the other majors.
Thanks.